This is Nathan Fitch, crash landing on the Moon Tower podcast. 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Chestnuts roasting on a go fuck yourself. There was no other way I could lead off.
I was gonna say, I feel like you have a vendetta against Christmas.
I don't have the problem is I don't have a vendetta against it. Is that it's forced upon you like a fucking Guantanamo
You're not
prisoner.
wrong about that. You're not wrong about that.
It started because they started playing the music before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like in stores across the country and across probably the world, they had Christmas shit set up around Halloween.
Yeah, no, they started earlier and earlier.
Like
Before you know it, like the whole year is just gonna be encompassed by Christmas.
And you wonder why cats are so like Ebenezer Scrooge about Christmas anymore.
I can't say I've grown more fond of it over the years.
Because I mean, it really is like it's Christmas is for like young kids and old people.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You get the fondness for it, you get the nostalgia, you get the sentimentality. But like, if you're of age and willing and able-bodied, then you hear that stuff and you're working in the retail, and it's just piped through the PA just nonstop, just chestnut, old Tannenbaum, winter wonderland, Frosty the Snowman. Just fucking waterboarded with it. Like, even at least Bin Laden caught bullets as soon as they kicked the door in. They didn't wait to torture him, you know?
Yeah. Well, that would have been a good way to do it. Just like, make them listen to Christmas music for a week straight.
They were doing that. I mean, they were doing that shit in Guantanamo, like playing metal music for like the torture sessions. And
I don't see that as torture at all.
They're doing that at the black sites in Europe. Like, just play Christmas music because it's just as good because you're there for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, however long you're fucking there in the workplace.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just piped through all the time. Like, there's a cat I work with, Greg. He's a middle-aged dude. He's a real cool dude.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Was saying is like, try to name all like he was doing it per hour, each Christmas song that's done in a different version.
Okay.
So you get Rosemary Clooney doing
that would add up really quick.
I'll Be Home for Christmas, or Nat King Cole doing Oh Christmas Tree, or Chestnuts, or Christmas Song, or Sinatra doing Jingle Bells, or Bing Crosby doing Winter Wonderland, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which kills me because I grew up with tapes of the classics, like the crooner kind of Christmas music, which very low key. It seems somber now the older you get, and it shouldn't be. It should be like more welcoming and warm and inviting, and it's all great, but you listen to it for however long at work, and you're like, where's the rope? Where's the cyanide? Where's the fucking Kool-Aid? Where's the shotgun? Like, where's the needle? Like get me out of it. And I'm sure
that's like the only solace in not working right now is not having to deal with retail Christmas music.
It's so fucking funny because a couple years ago I went to visit my mom for Christmas, and she had been off work on disability and whatnot, and so she had worked retail for 15, 20, 25 years. But she had her Christmas classics. Like, she had the Chipmunks Christmas song, which used to be wicked annoying, but now it's like it's
almost a good breakup because you don't hear that as much anymore.
It's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Like, oh, hey.
She had a Christmas mix, or I think she still does. It's probably an old rusted CD. It's got that. It's got the Cheech and Chong Christmas song.
Yeah.
Where Tommy Chong's talking about jamming with Santa. It's like, oh, I know that dude. And Cheech talking about like, yeah, him and his old lady used to live at the North Pole, and they used to make a whole lot of noise and blah blah blah, and like telling the Christmas story. But the penultimate, and is the fucking Live Aid Christmas song.
Yeah.
Feed the world, let them know it's Christmas time. With fucking Bono and Duran Duran and Phil Collins and fucking George Michael and Bowie makes an entrance and like who the fuck ever.
Paul McCartney in there? Paul McCartney?
I think McCartney.
I said Paul McCartney.
No, I don't. No, McCartney's not in that. He's got to me the worst one, the worst version where it's
Listen to simply having one
for Christmas time.
It gets in your head really quick.
I want to do heroin. Like,
I feel like they slowed that down and like put it to like typo negative like bass lines.
Oh my! They
simply
having wonderful Christmas time. Like, dude, that's the worst. But like she has that fucking old mix CD, and she only listens to it at Christmas time because she used to work retail, and that shit got piped through the PA system and wheeled around the fucking hamster wheel, and so
now
the
good old brainwashing.
Exactly. So now that she's been off, like she only listens to it at Christmas time, so she can avoid it. So I'll come home after hearing that for a month and a half, and she'll just be all giddy trying to listen to it, and I'm just sitting there like, at one point, I remember a couple years ago, at one point I had to leave, I had to go outside, not even to smoke a cigarette or anything, I just had to go outside. Like, I can't fucking listen to this anymore. If I listen to this anymore, it's going to be like the scene in Scanners, my head blows up. Like, I'm done.
Okay. No, that's some imagery right there.
Well, it is what it is. Like, I've gotten to the point, thankfully, where I'm able to tune it out. Because I've worked in X amount of environments where they have that pipe through. Like a couple jobs ago, they had it, and it was all just instrumental.
I can almost deal with that.
The instrumental part, I'm like, okay, because you can put your own words to it, you can put your own version to it, like,
or if it's like the instrumental, like TSO tracks or something like that. Like I enjoy that.
That was another thing that when I was a kid, we had the Trans-Siberian Christmas albums. Just as a change up. It was actually kind of funny too. I remember when I used to be a Jesus freak, I brought that to Bible study on Sunday morning and asked my youth pastor to put that on the PA. The Trans-Siberian Christmas album, because they had like the traditionals and the religious shit and Holy Night and whatever, and Carol of the Bells, which I think Carol of the Bells, I mean, that's
epitome right there.
That's one of those tracks where like Carol of the Bells, Oh Holy Night, or two of those tracks where I still kind of hold on to as far as like the Christmas tunes, because even if you get bored by it, you get whatever, just certain versions of it can do the trick.
I played that one in college in classical ensemble. They used to play that with a bunch of dudes on classical guitars, and it was fun.
Yeah,
shit, it's a fun kind of sound.
And there's you hear somebody do like a decent acapella version, not acapella. Well, actually, acapella. I've heard very good acapella versions of "Oh Holy Night," and it's for the minute. It's not even religious part, but like the analogy of the lyrics and the depth of the lyrics, and if they hit the notes right, then it sounds just so fucking good, even if you've heard the song a million times. Like,
that's just good composition for you right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like Carol of the Bells, I think that's the ultimate. You can't. I feel like as far as Christmas songs, you can't not listen to that song and be like, that's actually pretty good. And TSO, like they do a good job. I mean, it's the one that gets played on the pop radio, and I thank God I don't fucking listen to that, because if I had to hear Mariah Carey for 38 days,
oh my God,
like
yeah.
all I want for Christmas is
All I want for Christmas is a bullet between my eyes.
all I want for Christmas is you. Well, now that at the job site, like, you know, we're getting into it because we've started putting out our sales and like the rib roast and all that shit. And today wasn't too bad. It was the beginning of it, but it was just, you get that feeling like once the onset of Christmas, because it's always, you know, like
Early onset Christmas disease.
well, it seemed like it used to be like this seasonal thing, and now it's like the jam-packed 2 weeks before, and 2 weeks leading up to it is going to be just a hell of a mess. It's going to be fucking Thunderdome. You know, people getting their orders in and all that shit. And people who work like retail, like we talked many times about like food service.
Like, it's already bad enough, like, during the early holidays. Like, it's like the last minute people who are like, I need that shit.
And I swear, dude, it comes out the worst at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I can't stress it enough. Like, and
y'all just need to stop trying to impress people. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like, why do you need a cake? Like, I'll never forget the one cat who had 3 prime tenderloins, 2 cases of wine, and a series of vegetables. Like, and he was putting on a fucking party.
Yeah.
That's one thing for me. It's like, if you're going all out for that, then you're gonna be the Hugh Hefner of the party. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Like, that dude's throwing down.
Yeah.
But just to get everything together, you got the aunts and uncles and the relatives, and they're coming together, and because you know it's just going to be fucking Thanksgiving 2.0.
Yep.
If even worse, and it's the funniest thing because it's Christmas, man.
Yeah.
Man, Jesus was born, man. Like,
supposedly,
your supposed Lord and Savior came out around this time, and that's how you're going to celebrate the motherfucker's birth? Really? It's bad. Like, yeah. I do this every fucking year. Like, even before we started the show, I talked about it, like, baffling to me. Still, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
At this point in my career in the retails, it would be like, yeah, that's what happens. And it is. It's like, yeah, that's what happens. But at the same time, in that deep crevice in the back of my fucking big ass head, which these lights are not complimenting on my fucking hair.
Hey, it's beautiful, baby.
It is. Like, you're doing exactly what your Lord and Savior talked about not doing.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting all riled up about trivial, concrete, material things.
Yeah.
When he said, "Take no thought for the morrow."
Yeah. No, people just get like all like caught up in like like I said, like trying to impress people or like, you know, thinking too much into it. It's like, no, like just like have like a spirit of like giving or like, you know, present hospitality. I feel like, you know, being in like, you know, food service industry has taught me a lot in that regard. It's like, you know, just like, you know, treat people good.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I got to do.
That's like I have seen that. I've seen a little bit more and more of that. Like, people being more, I don't know if forgiving is the right word, but you know, like, there's a line at the counter and they have to wait, but they're like, "Oh, thank you, you know, I appreciate it." You know, stuff like little things like that, and
it's those people I appreciate the most.
Exactly. Yeah. Those are the people to appreciate, because they at least, I the last couple of years, like, I had cats come up to the counter or whatever, like, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing more and more, like a little bit more and more, and I am thankful that those cats are out there.
Because, like, you know, like our line of work, it's like, you know, like we hardly ever get holidays off, so to speak. So it's like, you know,
Well,
and it makes it a little bit easier.
And I think too, like, I don't know if I'm divulging too much into it, but like I can kind of see it in their eyes where it's like you can kind of tell that they worked that kind of job before, where they know and they're just like, hey man, you do what you got to do.
Yep.
You know, like you take as long as you need, as long as you get my order right and take care of these people, you'll be fine. Like if they're going out to a restaurant, they over tip. You know, they tip more than anyone else. You know, they're very good to their servers. And, you know, especially in, like, the restaurant business, which I am not familiar with, like, I can't even imagine that. Or even working at Target or Walmart or fucking some Amazon or some online store or whatever, or some, like actual retail.
Like, the way I would describe it is, like, it is, like, what you're going through, but, like, secondhand.
Yeah.
So it's like other people are expressing the stress that they're getting from the customers because, like, you know, you usually go through like a server or like a manager or something, and they're like, you know, freaking out. It's like, oh, then the customer is pretty like, so, you know, it's just secondhand, you know, retail.
But it never ceases to amaze me. It really doesn't. Like at this point, you think you would be like baptized by the fire and just kind of like just daft to it, where it's like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. I know there's so many people out there, and to those people, salute. Where you're just Thanksgiving, or excuse me, November comes around, and then for the rest of the year, you're just fucking 1,000-yard stare.
Yep.
You know, like to all the servers, to all the cashiers, to, you know, I remember working at the gas station Christmas Eve, and people lottery tickets. That was their stocking stuffer. Lottery tickets, scratch offs, fucking Powerball, Mega Millions, the Ohio 5 or whatever the fuck it's called now.
Yeah.
Just going after like the little things, just of appeasement, and that to me it really does come down to, like, when you're trying to throw that big party, when you're trying to have that banquet party, that big get together, it's really, I mean, I don't question it because I've never really been a part of it. Because I've never thrown one before. It's like how much do people go after appeasement? Where it's like, you know, you have all these people under your roof for your justification of having that holiday party.
I guess, like, what I would say to, like, you know, pro tip to people is, like, make it more potluck style. Like, you know, share.
Straight up.
Like, that just makes it easier on everybody, and then you don't have to have as much pressure on yourself or anybody else.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, that's like in the spirit of giving too. It's like, you know, like, hey, everyone contributes, and it's like, it's cool, you know.
And I've heard about, like, the neighbors told me about like office parties. That's something I've not experienced.
Neither I.
Where, like, going to office parties and people were, you know, they get a little too cocked and.
I've had some pretty interesting company parties, but like that was like more, I don't know, like laid back, I'd think.
Yeah, so that's a version of the holiday spirit that I've not experienced yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I really want to experience, but that's a beast unto its own.
Oh yeah.
But in any sort, the soundtrack to it, because, you know, in our line of work, that soundtrack is the same over and over and over and over again. And what's killed me about it, especially in the last couple of years, is those like old classic Christmas tunes, like from, like, you know, Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, Sinatra, Dean Martin, Rosemary Clooney, whoever. I kind of grew up with that.
Yeah.
Because I remember my mom had an old holiday tape. I think her mom, it was an old tape that was passed down kind of thing. It was like a family heirloom of sorts that had, you know, Bing Crosby, Sinatra, and Nat King Cole, and actually that was it. It was just the three of them doing like the classics.
Mm.
So I remember, like, I'm sure everyone remembers, like, you know, doing the holiday cookies and shit like that. And it had that sense of like you're in the kitchen with your mom or your grandma or your favorite aunt or whatever. That to me is what that shit's all about, you know. And having that moment, like, you know, it's 7:30 in the morning, Christmas, like A Christmas Story got it right.
Yeah. No,
as cheesy as that shit may sound, it really got it right. Where it's like, you know, at the end of the presents and all that stuff, where it's like that moment where, you know, you're a kid and
you just feel like the sublime joy in the air almost.
Yeah, and if it's snowing, you see the snow coming down, you hear the tunes coming out, whatever. But I don't know if it's lost. It's definitely lost. You know,
I wouldn't say it's lost. I feel like people have just like kind of forgotten what the meaning of that is, so to speak.
Oh, that's that the whole meaning of it is. If you wanted to keep up with the meaning of it, then everyone wouldn't buy anything, and they would just go volunteer. They would
you know, I'd hope more people would volunteer. Like shit, people are hungry.
If I may be credited as a hypocrite, I have not gone and volunteered. I know people who have, and I fucking tip my hat.
Yeah, I did when I was in Scouts. So
you're in Scouts?
Yeah, when I was young. I quit. Because I wanted to watch Gladiator. So.
I remember one of the best Christmases ever was you got all the presents, like being a kid, you got everything you wanted, whatever. I just remember Beastmaster was on.
Dope.
We sat there and watched Beastmaster on Christmas Day. I'm just like, this is awesome,
right?
Then you get older and it's like, yeah, I just want to watch Die Hard and be left alone.
It's not a bad option.
But like when I go home anymore, like for Christmas or whatever, like we used to do the big family dinner and shit like that. But it's more like I just want to go spend time with people I want to be around.
Yeah.
I do have today was the first of what I think might be hopefully not many, because you know, like I said, in our line of work, you don't want to have those stories where it's like the angry, pissed off customer, the annoying customer, the stupid person that you have to deal with.
I feel it.
I'm sure everyone like at the bar or who's ever like tending bar or working server or being a cook or cutting meat or working the floor at Target or, you know, stocking shelves at Walmart. One of my coworkers had an old lady beckon to him from her wheelchair, from her electric wheelchair.
Yeah.
This broad, she looked at him through the glass and waved her finger like this. It was like, "Hey, come here! Hey, come here! Hey, come here!" And I just looked at him, and he's just like this cat. He's already he's kind of at the end of his line, end of his rope right now. Like the Christmas music, the holiday season, he's got shit going on in his private life that I haven't asked about. So it's like you can tell he's on edge.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I don't blame him whatsoever.
Christmas is a very
it's been a
trying time.
That on top of it, but with him, it's been kind of it's been very incremental.
Yeah, that's never a good combination.
Yeah, it's been very incremental over the last couple months, where he's just like he used to come in and be, you know, very cheery and talk about sports and talk about what's going on with his day and just, you know, be very just open about it and, you know, hey, how's it going and whatever. But over the last probably 6 to 8 weeks, he's just been kind of closed in and, you know, just not seething, angry hatred, but it's more like
kind of the apathetic kind of
somewhere in the
seething
middle
sort of thing going on.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to look at anyone. I don't want to help anyone. I don't want to do anything. I just want to go home. I just want to be at home. I want to do my own thing. I want to fucking do whatever I was doing before I even got here. kind of thing. And this,
I feel it, man.
trust me, like we've all been there. We've all had that moment where it's like that last synapse is just about to burst.
And let's hope it's not an aneurysm.
Yeah, yeah. That once you start smelling toast, then you're done.
Yep.
But and me and it, like I'm helping him out. I'm going back and forth, and I'm helping a customer over here with some seafood or whatever, and I look over and this old, and she was old. I'm talking decrepit old, like she was older than God. At least. No, she was older than God. She probably remembers the Civil War.
Oh, jeez.
Stood up out of her electric wheelchair, and she was only about 3 foot nothing. Looked through the fucking window of the case, the glass of the case, looked at it and was like, back and like, hey, come here. Hey, come here. That's what she said. She didn't say please. She didn't say, hey. She didn't say, hello, sir, or anything like, hey, come here.
Oh, man.
And he just looked at me. He's like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I'm like, hey, come on, man. I need you right now because I'm closing. If I'm closing, don't fuck me over. Fuck someone else over, just not me. If you're going to fuck anyone over, don't let it be me because I've been the one that's been fucked over so many times. Oh, shit. Please not right now.
Oh, man, I know that feels.
And he comes walking around. He walked around, talked to her, and she's like, do you have anything? Do you have one of those rib roasts that you have on sale? Because they went on sale today.
Yeah.
Because
it's rib roast or lamb or
ham. It's rib roast right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the rib roast on sale. $6.99 a pound. If you want one, come see me. And he come walking around, and she's just wheeled off in her fucking electric wheelchair. She went to the wall where we have our packaged meats and whatnot.
Yeah.
Came back, and then he came out and gave her whatever the order was, and he came walking back around the counter. He's just shaking his head. I'm like, hey man, like take a 10. Take a breather. I know that. I did that. I've done that. I've been there.
Man, during this time of the season, you're going to have at least one.
You're going to have one. You're going to have, and if there's not one, there's going to be 10. If there's not going to be 10, there's going to be 100.
Yep. Sad truth.
And he came walking around. I was like, are you all right? You need anything? He's like, man. And we had a bunch of other shit on sale today. It was like the last day of like the past week's sale because we do things week to week or as far as our sales. And right after that, a couple came in and wanted 20. We had ground beef on sale.
Okay.
80% ground chuck, stuff that we're about to make burgers with after we get done with this. And they wanted 20 pounds. And he brought out a cart of stuff that was already wrapped up. I'm like, trust me, bro, I got you. We're going to help these crackers out. He's like, that's what I've been calling them all day, man. Like, fuck these motherfuckers. I don't give a shit about them.
We're all a bit of crackers here.
Oh, it just gets to that point where you're like boiling over just because, like, it's not that great a paying job if you're in that circumstance and then you get people just hounding you.
Yep.
Not to harken back or beat a dead horse or whatever, but like, a lot of people don't understand that those jobs, counter clerk or bartender or whatever, they're not that great paying, and then those are the jobs that get shit on the most.
Yeah. People in general aren't taught to be sensitive to begin with, so. And
it does seem that way. It's like not even entitlement or it's just
people take their own personal circumstance into everything that they do, and they don't really take account of like people also going through the same exact friggin' thing, and it compounds the issue because people get mad at each other and they don't realize it's really kind of simple. It's like, hey, be kind to each other.
Yeah, and and I think too, it's a matter of convenience. And I've talked about this before, where it's like we're a convenient culture, we're a convenient society. I mean, it's not even to get deep or heavy, but it's a fucking true story. Like, and especially around the holidays, especially around this time of the year, where we expect, and I mean general we expect things to be out. We expect things to be supplied and wrapped nicely and presented correctly for our convenience, for our consumption. You know, that's the thing about, like, I think I might have said it on the last episode about Black Friday. You know, we give thanks, and we're supposed to huddle around together as a tribe or a family or whatever, and then the next day we go and kill each other.
Yeah, we go out there and we moid each other.
For shit that's going to break in 6 months.
Yep.
Because we got a sweet price on it. You know, and with Christmas, it's like, you know, the meal is supposed to be there. The tree's supposed to be there. The presents are supposed to be there. You know, and I got over that hump. I got over that fact when I was a kid, and I think a lot of other people did as well, where they didn't have that present waiting for them under the tree on Christmas morning.
Oh yeah.
And then I think that's divvied up into two factions, where it's, you have the one side where it's, you know, that present wasn't there under the tree, so they want to clamor and climb for that to make sure it doesn't happen again. And then you have the other faction where it says, if it's not there, it's not there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Dad's paycheck wasn't so great this season. You know, maybe things aren't so great. You know, you take into consideration the reality of the situation, where it's, you know, maybe I don't need that toy. Maybe I don't need that convenience. Maybe I don't need that thing that I thought I needed. You know, instead of, well, that wasn't there. Why wasn't that there? Why wasn't my order prepared in time? Why did you give me someone else's order that was someone else's name? Why? Yeah, there's
not a lot of like understanding, because people are too, like, you know, concerned about like their own plight. It's like, you know, like everyone's going through the same thing that you're going through right now. At least a lot of people are. It's for, you know.
I told a coworker this the other day. Is like, I kind of think about it as like a giant fucking trampoline, where it's like you either go straight up or you go out this way.
Yep.
And the people that go out this way and fumble about and kind of like they bust their knee when they make that wrong jump, they realize, oh shit, I shouldn't do that. Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't go this way, or maybe like straighten my posture or whatever, and realize that within the Christmas holiday or the holidays in general, you're not going to have that whole that circle of convenience.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the people who think they just go straight up and down, they're going to close off the peripheral and just think that, and compartmentalize it and just have that tunnel vision where it's like, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be. And fucking, if I don't get this, then the hell with everyone else.
Oh yeah. Like everyone puffs out their chests around this time of year. Yeah, it's like,
and it's
a little disappointing, but you know,
it's to be expected.
It's humanity.
No, and I'm not even like making that argument like, like it's to be expected. I'm just trying to comment on it and kind of, you know, make light of it.
Upset about it, but you got to be a little understanding at the same time at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's fucking killing. It's not even killing. It's not a present tense. It's past tense. It's killed like what's good about it, and one of the things that's good about it, like,
get dang Christmas spirit.
Exactly. And one of the things about it is too, is like in our line of work, the presentation of the meal. Like, to me, to be able to cook a fucking rib roast, for instance, it's not a monumental task. You just gotta follow the instructions. Yeah. And to be able to like present that meal, say for instance on Christmas Day or Thanksgiving or whatever. Excuse me. Pause for interruption. You know,
Getting rowdy.
Watch out, Nate. You fucking want one? No.
Lay it on me. I've been waiting for this.
Here it comes.
I love
it. You know, to be able to, like, for instance, to be able, not even the present, but the meal, to me anymore is the most important part.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was looking forward to. Like,
the meal, like anymore, like the older I get, like the meal, the music, and the laughs, or what is that
congregation in general?
That's
like,
what that shit should be about.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, like I said, a rib roast. Like I fucking did one a couple of years ago for my mom and her boyfriend John, or fiance, excuse me. And it was a little salty, but I was very proud of that.
Oh yeah,
like that was my happiest moment of the whole season.
Yeah,
to be able to do that.
Last couple of years, like that's all my main family have been doing has been like a rib roast. Like last year we did like a 4-pound ribeye roast in sous vide, and then we did like the like traditional garlic salt pepper rub. It turned out really well.
Have you talked about the whole sous vide thing? Have I got any?
I think we've touched on it a little bit. I mean, it's basically you take whatever protein you're gonna do, put it in like a vacuum sealed bag, and then put it in a water bath, and then it is precisely temped out, I guess you could say, and then you just like let it sit in there, and then like the low and slow method of cooking will tenderize it a little bit, and then at the end of it, it's the perfect temperature you want it to be. All you got to do is get a little bit of like caramelization.
Don't tell me, tell them.
Get a little caramelization on the top there. you got like so like the main reason of doing like something sous vide. It's like you want to like temperature control everything, so you don't want to overcook. So like after the fact, you'll have to like either sear it like in the pan. Or, like, I guess if you're going to be doing, like, a whole roast, I'd definitely undercook it a little bit because you're going to be throwing it in the oven on top of the fact or whatever. Like, throw it in there for, like, 20 minutes at 400, you just get a crust on everything.
Because that's a difference between, because I've heard about the whole brown and bake or the sear and bake.
Yeah.
As far as, like a rib roast.
Yeah, it's like a reverse sear.
Okay.
In essence.
Because the way I did it, I coated it because I had the Easy Carve, and the Easy Carve, for those of you who don't know, is you cut the bone, like you get a bone-in rib roast, you cut the bone away about 75% and tie it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know exactly what that does as far as the cooking part, but I know the seasoning part you can get inside the bone, you can get the inner part seasoned.
Yeah. I think that has to do with like you said, the seasoning, and then also like the form after the fact doesn't get like too loose, because if you're keeping it kind of like contained, it'll end up like keeping its form a little better after you like try to cut it. So just for ease of serving, I guess you could say.
And the way I did it is I coated it. I had it was onion powder, garlic salt, peppercorn, sea salt. Excuse me, I didn't use garlic salt. I used garlic cloves.
Okay.
Crushed them, minced them, diced the fuck out of them. I think I used rosemary, and thyme.
Yep.
And just coated the hell out of it. And it was a 3 1/4 pound roast. I put that in at 350. Actually, it was 325 for an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it came out. And that to me was, as far as a gift that I could give back to the elders, it was a little salty because I didn't dividend the recipe for a smaller roast, because the recipe that I used called for a 4-pound roast, and I used a 3 1/4 pound roast, or a little less than 3 1/4 pound roast, and I didn't dividend the measurements of the spices quite as much.
Okay.
So it was a little salty.
You can't really go super overboard with the spices.
No, you can't.
But I would recommend definitely if you're going to be doing the spice rub, let it sit on the roast overnight. So lets it like penetrate the surface of the roast.
Oh, you
That's a good thing to do when you're doing like barbecue style cooking as well.
just like Ziploc bag and
You don't have the Ziploc. You can like put it in your fridge, like just cover with like plastic wrap or foil or whatever.
okay.
And like I said, just like like coat it heavily in whatever seasoning you're gonna do.
I let it sit for a couple hours, and then I didn't sear it. I didn't brown it. I didn't sous vide. I just put it right in the oven after I let it sit for about an hour or two.
Yeah. One other tip I would say, instead of doing it like 350, like you did, do it 220 and let it slow roast.
Slow roast.
Yeah, that'll make a little bit of difference. It'll make it just that much more tender.
Okay.
It allows like the fat to break down over a period of time instead of just like getting like roasted by the heat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It'll definitely help like the tendons and all that kind of like loosen up a little bit and make for a more tender meal.
Now, have you done like a lamb?
I've done a couple legs of lamb.
Have you done it for like a Christmas style or just in general? Like,
Last time I did it roast style. I think I smoked it actually.
Really?
You might have been there. I can't remember.
Tell the audience, man.
Was Ian there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know?
It
was Chris Parker was there. I know that. Might have been me and him just like doing something.
No, it was not. I was not there for that.
Okay.
I was not there for that.
You might have been invited, but I can't remember.
I had priorities.
Fair enough.
Yeah, tell them how you fucking did it.
Oh shit, I can't remember. That was like 4 years ago.
Oh, what?
You can do like a lamb roast, like really similar to like rib roast. Or like I always recommend doing low and slow over like like scorching something.
Okay.
That's always gonna end up in a more tender, succulent sort of meat.
Last time I did actually the only time I've done like a lamb was boneless, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I could get at the store.
Bones make a difference. Definitely.
Yeah, I will say
at the very least, save your bones. You can use them for gravy. Pro tip.
highly recommend bone in, whatever it is. I did a boneless leg and carved it out with like I put in probably 16 cloves of garlic.
Oh yeah.
On
there
both sides, like 8 on each.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was probably 10 on each, so I took 20 cloves. Coated it with had a Mediterranean spice, which is you can get at Tiger Bakery on Monroe Street in town. A little bit of rosemary, and I oiled it up definitely, and put it in the net. I netted it and then put it for about. I hate to say it, but I changed the temperature of the oven a few times, which fucked with the meat.
Yeah,
it was my first time.
It was definitely.
I didn't fuck it up, but I fucked with the cooking temperature.
Hey man, in my early days, I did the same sort of thing. Like I did what is it? Like one of the beef roasts I was doing, I smoked it and then I put it in the oven on top of that because I thought it wasn't cooked enough. Really, I just had to let it rest because it'll cook over a resting period if you just cover it in foil and let it do its thing. It's still cooking internally after you pull it off the heat. So, good thing to know if you're cooking things for a long period of time, like the way people I used to cook with at the hotel, I'd say it's like it has a lot of energy left in it. You know what I'm saying? And the energy has to roll off, so you gotta let it rest. So just let it.
That's another thing too that I've noticed in cooking, like dark meat chicken, like thighs.
Yeah.
You gotta pull that shit out. Like I did a whole bird, whole chicken. I stuffed it with apples and pears and some cheese. I did this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Once you bring it out of the oven, you gotta put it on top. And this sounds so stupid simple, but it's a key thing. You gotta let it rest because that heat will keep the temperature going. It will keep the ingredients going. It will keep
and pulling it at the right time will definitely decide whether or not it's tough or kind of like more tender. It'll definitely make a difference.
Yeah, it's all pretty much about pulling the bird out on time.
Oh yes. Have I had my dad pulled out that bird on time?
You wouldn't be here.
1
second too soon, 1 second too late.
Nate's still here.
Yeah. He's doing all right.
Relatively speaking.
Somebody hire this motherfucker, please.
I got a couple gigs in line, I hope. Being optimistic.
See that? Let's call fingers crossed. Because I'm hoping for this man.
Thank you, audience, for also hoping in the background.
Spread the Christmas spirit. Which a lot. spread that Christmas spirit. Spread it all over. Just don't.
They have that in stores, just like Christmas spirit instead of like butter. Spread that Christmas spirit on my over toast.
On the inside and the outside of the bird.
Put a nice old pat of Christmas spirit on my pancakes.
Just not inside your wife. Please.
I'll think about it. I don't have a wife yet, so I kind of have to figure that part out. So. Well, I'll get back.
Can we just beg the audience to stop having kids? Is that too much to ask?
You do your part, I'll do mine.
Because snip, snip, snip goes the water. Well, just stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because they grow up to be old people and they come fuck with people like me.
Yep.
And you. And you. And you.
And I know I'm not going to be a good person when I'm old. So, let's just get it over with.
Yeah. If you even get there. I mean, we'll see how the cards work out, I guess.
I don't know. I can see you being an entertaining old person.
I like to be. Just not in the fashion that the old people that come in the store claim to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're just old.
Yeah.
They just come in.
They're just old. They're like, oh.
There's like, all right. You know what? I'll even split hairs on this one because I've seen old people that they're old, but they got that groove. They got that jive.
They have yet to experience the decrepitance that comes with age.
Like to me, there's nothing more impressive than an old lady who's still dressing up, or like an old dude who he still got that walk.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the young at heart, definitely. It's not even that. They have that swagger. I understand
spirit.
What you're saying.
They got spirit. They got groove. Like old black men, dude. When their walk is impeccable. You can't fucking impersonate it unless you're that kind of vibe.
It's like you can almost feel the groove as they're walking.
Well, it's just the way they move their shoulders. They're never hunched. When they got that walk down, they're never hunched over their knees. They got a posture that you can't even draw because they just the
epitome of being relaxed.
Always,
almost.
Yeah, exactly, like a rubber band. Flexible. They got their feet out in front of them at a perfect width, at a perfect pace, and they just got the thing. Even if they got a cane. Even especially with a cane.
Oh, dude. I don't disagree with that.
And then you got, like, old-timers from the homeland. They're dressed up, but they're not suave.
Mm-hmm.
They're just cool. There's a difference.
Cool. Classy.
They're just, doing their thing. And then you got the old fuckers on the other side, where it's just, I'm old.
Yeah. Everyone wears the same cologne, old.
I don't care. I'm gonna go, and then what I call American old, where it's, and I mean old by, they're past 75. 70, 75, they're old. Like, yeah, because they're not all fucking. None of them look good. I mean, fucking.
You know,
not even people our age look good, but
within a reason, I suppose. But you know,
not having that just.
They're definitely not youthful.
Yeah,
to say the least.
And then you get the old fuck, like the real old fuckers, and old fuck could be people our age. They can be people younger than us.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a thing of the mind.
Yeah, it's like more like a. It's like I feel like some people think they've felt like age beyond their years, and it's like people just take themselves too seriously, and then they become old after the fact.
I was there.
I feel it.
I went to that page.
Turn the page.
That Facebook page. But I went to that phase where I was like looking upon nostalgia as something to be suckled upon, and
nostalgia is not a teat to be suckled.
It's nostalgia is one of the worst drugs out there.
Yeah,
it really fucking is, because you lose consideration for your moment, and you also only look at the past in hindsight, and you don't. The loss of consideration is great. Is much more great when you look at things in nostalgic sense than you do in present sense.
Hey man, hindsight is always 20/20, but looking back, it's a little bit fuzzy.
It's
sad. Sorry.
When you look at the present, it's lost when you look at the present sense instead of the present tense. The past sense instead of the present tense.
I can see that.
But I will say those fuckers that are just rude as hell during the holiday season, those motherfuckers should not have been born ever. I wish their pops would have pulled out, and if push comes to shove, I wish I could have taken a time machine and gone back in time to when they're plowing their moms and banging them across the head with a goddamn cast iron skillet.
Or, what is it? There was a video game where there was a gun that would basically take a person and turn them back into a fetus.
What?
Yeah. Originally, then they turned into a skeleton. It was like weird. It's like, no, you're trying to turn them back.
I don't
turn back the time.
I don't even want him to turn into an embryo. Just fairy dust, just above the shoulders, mustard shit. Like fucking the people that are just so rude and so cheap in their own conniving little fucking way, and
it pulls at the hamstrings. I tell you what.
It is definitely against the Christmas spirit, and I am so fucking absolutely sick that I'm gonna punch your microphone.
Punch my microphone. I love my microphone.
It is just look in the eye and tell you that you are that person that fucking ruined their holiday.
You ruined Christmas.
I didn't make plans, so fuck you. Like, you're the everlasting pile of shit that fucking did this to me, even though I'm the one that actually did it to myself.
And, we're always our own enemy at the end of the day. To a degree.
No, because they are the enemy. They are the enemy.
They are also
the enemy.
They are also the enemy.
Just follow the shit. Merry goddamn Christmas. We still got 2 weeks left. How many times do you plan on hearing Bing Crosby? Almost Bat King Cole. Bing Bat Cole.
Almost
King Cole Bat.
Looking forward to it as much as I am people listing off the New Year's resolutions. So
that again,
that's another battle for another day.
Yeah, that I can understand, because I got a few of my own.
Yeah, man. At least some good can come out of it.
Yeah.
That's where I'll give New Year's resolution anyway. But
might as well give it a try. But in that case, another 2 weeks till Christmas. Hopefully, everyone can survive until then.
I know I will. But, yeah, of course.
But in the meantime, folks, Moon Tower Podcast, Facebook, Stitcher, Instagram, European Union, Twitter, One Tower Podcast. A few other websites. You got the iTunes. You got the Spotify. You got the SoundCloud for the old episodes. I mean, if we wanted one it would just be you guys just like pay attention to what we're saying, please. We want it. It's what Jesus would want. But of course.
I mean, if you're not going to give us attention, just give us attention.
Just look at us. I'll pay you $5 to watch me, Jack.
I'm not a masochist. I'm just a realistic person here.
Anyways, folks. If you don't catch up with us the next couple weeks, if we don't catch up with you the next couple weeks, hope you have a Merry Christmas. I'm pretty sure we'll rain on your parade sometime soon. Or sometime
yes, we
after,
will.
sometime in between. Who knows? But in any case, what you should do is get on the YouTubes and check out Saturn Boy's new track, Third Law. You got a video with it, and it's good shit. So until then, we all love you. Be good.